Hold your horses. I work 24/7, 365 days a year, working my fingers to the bone. And just out of the blue, you want to come put the cart before the horse. Language is funny. English has all kinds of crazy idioms that don't actually mean what they say. An idiom is it's a peculiar turn of phrase that the plain words that you say don't actually mean what you intend to other people to understand. I work 24/7. Nobody works 24/7. We'd all be dead. Work my fingers to the bone. There are rare cases where somebody has actually done that. Mostly they were slaves being worked to death. Nobody otherwise works their fingers to the bone. It's just a saying. It's something people say, and everybody understands that they don't actually mean it exactly the way it's said. And English isn't the only language that does this. Hebrew does it too. The Bible is full of idioms. And let me give you an example that everybody's been talking about over the last week because it's Passover and Easter, the Passion Week. Yeshua said that he would be in the grave for 3 days and 3 nights. But he also said that he would rise from the grave on the 3rd day. Well, on the 3rd day would necessitate less than a literal 72 hours. But 3 days and 3 nights means at least 72 hours. They can't both be literally true. One or both of them have to be idioms. So when people argue about whether Yeshua absolutely had to be in the grave by Wednesday so that he could be raised sometime Saturday night, well, they're putting the cart before the horse. That's just not the way that language works. The Bible is full of idioms, phrases that sound like they mean one thing, but actually mean something else. And everybody who heard it or read it, when it was spoken or written, understood exactly what it meant. Just like when you or I say today, I work my fingers to the bone. I work 24/7, 365 days a year. Out of the blue, when pigs fly. They're just idioms. You have to understand that sometimes the precise words in Scripture aren't the point. Sometimes you have to understand what the original author meant by the words. And Yeshua did not mean both he would be in the grave for a literal 3 days and 3 full nights, and that he'd rise on the 3rd day, because those are mutually contradictory. So just consider the idea that one or both of those ideas, both of those phrases, might be idioms. And maybe that means that he could have been in the grave Friday afternoon and raised from the grave sometime Saturday night or early Sunday morning. On the Hebrew calendar, those are parts of 3 days, and maybe that's what the idiom 3 days and 3 nights really means. Just like when we say 24/7, or we work 365 days a year, we don't really mean it. We just mean, approximately. This is Jay Carper from American Torah. Be blessed and take it easy on each other.